welcome to the set, Steven Tornado Appiah. Steve-O, good to have you, bro. Good to have you.
Thank you.
I mean, on nights like this, it's Champions League, it's big clubs, big players like yourself.
Hold on. Why is this Steve-O's first appearance on the pod? I don't understand that.
No, but he's been a busy man. He's all over the
Why
place.
don't you understand? We always start from somewhere.
We don't invite you
Today we are starting.
Yeah.
I mean, as players, nights like this, Champions League quarterfinal, it's against Real Madrid, it's against Bayern, against Inter. You know, you're a Juventus player, lots going through your head. How do you calm yourself down? Because we saw the nerves for the Arsenal players at the start of the game. How do you calm yourself down and get into the game and be yourself?
Well, I think every player has his own way to approach games.
Yeah.
There are certain players, they become very, very tense when it comes to sad games. I mean, myself, I always say that I can't remember in my career, I've never played under pressure.
Yeah.
And those players that you will sleep and you wake up and you go and play. Because I see the game that is very, very simple. You have 11 players or 10 players plus the goalkeeper. The coach will tell you that when you get the ball, give it to your colleague. It's very, very simple. If you go on the pitch and you try to do certain things that is not instructed from the coach, that's where you find yourself into trouble. So, as I said, players approach these games on their own, feeling.
Yeah.
So, what we are watching tonight, playing in the quarterfinals, knockout stage is very, very huge. And we all know the Champions League. I quite remember when they played the anthem, the Champions League anthem.
Yeah.
You see players shouting.
Everybody speaks about the anthem.
Exactly.
How is it like when you're on the pitch and the speakers are blasting that song?
Yeah, there's something about the anthem, and it's one of the when it comes to football, the big competition that we have in football. So approaching these games, I think is very, very the feeling is there's no word to describe it.
Yeah, but look, Italian clubs have got a reputation of hard mentality, focused, discipline. Is it just a saying? Has it just become a rhetoric, or it is what it is? It is what we've come to hear. That when Italian clubs step on the pitch, Juve, AC Milan, when they were successful, this Inter Milan team. What is it with Italian clubs and their mentality and their idea?
Mentality comes from the tactical player. They are very, very tactical on the pitch. That's why when you see Italian clubs, it's difficult to just go through them.
Yeah.
Because tactically, I think when it comes to football, Italian, soccer, tactically they are the best. And that's where we get the discipline from. So you go to the matches, you have taught in training. Yeah. You know what to do on the pitch, so you are not scared. You just go there and have fun.
I know you don't as a Bianconeri, you don't want Inter to win. but Inter gets the job done against, Bayern Munich. You've seen glimpses of that first half. What do you make of that goal? Lautaro Martinez's goal for Inter Milan.
No, okay, I haven't got there, but I saw the goal.
The goal.
Talking about Inter, I think for some years now they are dominating the Italian league. They are doing so well. We saw what happened in Istanbul. I think 3 years ago.
3 seasons ago.
No, I think 2023. Yeah,
2 years ago. When they lost to
Man City. Yeah.
So 3 seasons.
3 seasons down.
We saw what they did, and they have some good players. And at times, I always say that it's sad. A coach like Inzaghi, nobody is talking about him, but he's doing so well. Yeah, he's doing so well. But you never hear
noise.
So
I love him. It's a master tactician, and he's so engrossed in the game. I love Italian coaches, really. The only Italian coach that doesn't play the goal is Carlo.
Just that they are tactically disciplined. Every day they are wearing sharp suits.
And even in the sharp suits, they are so engrossed. It's blood. Look at Antonio Conte. Look at Allegri. The coolest Italian coach I've seen.
They take very good care of themselves. I used to crack jokes with other players. Back then, you never see other countries, players with six-pack. By Italians, I mean, you see the white.
Is that where you go as six-pack?
No, I mean, that's what I got it I got it from my. So, I mean, they are disciplined. They like to take very good care of themselves.
Yeah.
They love themselves. That's why I always ask them to be sharp.
Let's talk about Ghana's Thomas Partey. We've seen the first time against Real Madrid. You have seen him closely with the Black Stars in many games. He's had an impressive season this time, both for the Black Stars and for Arsenal. How crucial will he be for Arsenal in this game, especially in the second half?
I mean, he has showed it in the first half. I mean, how he's moving the ball. But I think he has to do more.
Yeah.
More in the sense that, I mean, being the midfield, you know that Alaba has been out for so many years. You know the right side, you have Martinelli, who is very quick, very skillful, technically is very good. You have the other side, you have Saka. I mean, Italian coaches, they will never sleep over these things.
Yeah.
They will take advantage.
Yeah.
So I think they are playing the ball in the middle. They should spread the ball. They should use the flanks. I mean, they use it like 3 times, and we saw what happened. So I think he can do more. But I mean, so far so good. I'm happy to be here and watching him, and I'm happy that he's doing well.
In this game, Arsenal Real Madrid, if I pick the Arsenal team, and I'm saying that, Stephen, I need you to play in the midfield. I need you to take one player out and slot in and influence the game. Which parts of the midfield do you think you would have loved to influence?
For which team?
And I picked Arsenal for him.
Arsenal.
Yeah,
Arsenal.
Yeah, no. I picked Arsenal first. I'll do Real Madrid.
Capitano be playing for Arsenal.
I'm saying in this game, he's seen the first half with his ability. Where would he have? Which player would he take out, and where would he have played, and how would he have influenced the game? That's a simple question.
Come on.
I said Arsenal. I'm for Real Madrid. I know who to take out for you. Play him alongside Modric. I'll take him off quick.
No, I mean, Arsenal team, I think they are very complete in the midfield. You have Declan, who is more of the time. I mean, when I was playing with Michael Essien, he was the one who do the tackling, and I will get the ball and I will do the play like a playmaker.
Yeah.
Partey is doing that. You have Odegaard. So I think at this moment,
I mean, I would take Odegaard off and play, you know. Guys, second half is about to start soon.
I have a question for Captain.
Yeah, go on.
It's more of a trivia question for you. Do you know how many Champions League games you played? Is that something you keep in your head?
wow.
I mean, think harder.
I don't have it.
You can check for him.
He knows.
How do you know? Okay.
At the quiz question,
right.
people do it before you give.
I think next time I have to do what you said before.
Would you say more or less of 20?
Not less.
Less.
Not less.
Not less than 20.
Not less.
Not less.
You are close.
So with Juventus, I think maybe 17 or 18.
So the numbers I have, the Juve 2003-04, 7 appearances.
Yeah.
And the following season 3, so 10. And then after the Fenerbahce, the first season there, 6. Played all the the following season 3, so together 18. Close to 20.
Yeah, that's close to 20.
Well done. But you don't have any goals.
How many goals? I think. Okay, so I scored against Schalke 04.
As for the Schalke goal, stop there. That goal is enough. It's enough for all the goals.
That's the goal we all remember, man.
It's enough for all the goals.
I think 4 goals. 4
goals?
4 or 3 goals.
I think so. I think so.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Wow, vibe is correct. It's interesting because I always wonder, like, how many players are very conscious of a lot of their stats, like a lot of their numbers. Like Cristiano Ronaldo is always too obsessed with his own numbers. He knows how many hat-tricks he scored. But some of you just enjoy the game and go away.
Yeah.
Which is a shame. It's a shame, I think.
Do you think it's a shame?
No, it is. It is because you have to know, and when everywhere you find yourself, when they have to, you have to know the numbers.
But you were conscious of your Champions League numbers.
So, Capitano, would you say that the numbers as it is now was as a result of you being slowed down by injuries? Would you say that injury played the role? That's why you couldn't
because at the point I was out for like 3 years.
Yeah.
So
Especially at Fenerbahce.
at Fenerbahce,
Because Fenerbahce could have played more because every season you were there, they were in the
they
Champions League.
were in the Champions
And
League.
so long as Stevie was there, he was a starter. He could have played.
Exactly.
Anyway, but Steve, the second half is underway. Your thoughts on how this could pan out?
Well, I think they should continue playing like the way they played in the first half. You see, this kind of matches is about believing in yourself, and I think that's what Arsenal did. They believe in themselves. They got their confidence in the first 15 minutes, and at a point they relaxed a bit. Real Madrid took over. That's where you find Mbappe getting some 3 chances, and he couldn't make use of it. So playing against Real Madrid, I mean, they have to be focused. They have to believe in themselves and continue playing like the way they are playing. We watched Real Madrid against Dortmund.
Yeah.
I mean, 70 minutes, we thought Dortmund is going to win the game. But there's something about Real Madrid. At the moment you relax, they will take over the game and then they will finish you. So I think that they have to be very cautious about it.
Too soon.
They use Espirito.
They just have the way. They just have the way of doing it. It's incredible. It's
Did
really.
you ever play against Real Madrid in any of
Yes, Juventus against Real Madrid.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Oh wow!
That was when they had
Yeah,
Zidane
they
and
have
Co.
the Raul.
Raul.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, those Champions League, those are the games when you are in the tunnel and you look at the players and you ask yourself that, are you going to make it? Because
You're like, damn.
we're talking about the Galacticos.
But who was the most difficult opponent you faced in midfield?
In midfield, Simeone and Gattuso.
Oh.
Yeah.
People speak highly of
Simeone.
Gattuso is something else. I mean,
He's fighting for everything.
Yes. He doesn't spare in the ball. I mean, 50-50 everywhere you see him there.
Yeah. And because it's Champions League and it's club football, who would you describe as your favorite or your best, club teammates? I know you probably have a couple. You can name them. But who would you, if you have an option?
No, Roberto Baggio.
Baggio.
Yeah.
There's a famous picture of you and Roberto Baggio actually.
and Pep.
Yes, and Pep. Yes.
Yeah, Roberto Baggio.
Great footballer, fascinating footballer. Well, second half has begun. Please remember, those of you watching us on the show on YouTube, remember you've got an Arsenal shirt to give away. If you get your prediction,
How do you win it?
Predict correct score. So the first person to predict the score correctly
Real
is going to
Madrid
win
2-0.
Yamaha Pat. Are you watching on YouTube? Are you watching on YouTube? So all of you out there doing the watching, we'll be getting through some of your messages. No changes for both teams. Still the same squad that started the first half.
Yeah.
And pretty much looks like the same shape. Coach, have you observed anything that has changed from what we saw in the first half, Coach?
Yeah.
Have you observed anything that has changed from what we saw in the
Not
first half?
really. Real Madrid has come back into the game and they are still very compact. When Arsenal has the ball, they just allow them to have it in their half. They are very happy having Saliba pass the ball to Kivior back to Saliba, Kivior back to Saliba. They are happy with the Arsenal defenders passing the ball among themselves. My worry with Arsenal is that, yes, they don't have a target man. But Merino is doing something very intelligent. He's stepping out to receive the ball. When he steps out, somebody will have to go and fill his void to engage. You see, this is where he picks up the
This
ball.
is the problem.
You see,
So
he
he
picks up
steps
the
in field to receive the ball, and there's no player beyond him.
That is it.
So even
that is
if
an
he
issue.
wanted to lay off
and
the
he
pass
also
for a
moves
run, they're not late runners.
Exactly.
For a lot of time that Arsenal has you don't always play with target man in football. These days it's become.
Yes, so the
But-
movement should have been.
But the typical old Blasters, the 2006 one. If the main striker has stepped into midfield to pick the ball, it means somebody has moved from either midfield or right.
Exactly.
yeah.
All right, when diagonally into the box.
The most important thing is to have numbers to make
Ahead of the ball, yes.
easier.
Yeah. And Coach, I think you're right. Once he steps in,
Somebody will have to go and be there and engage Rudiger and Co. Or else they are just picking up the loose balls. They think you will pass.
But really guys doing Takashi things at the back.
Is it also because maybe Saka and Martinelli are too wide?
Yes.
And so when he steps in, they
But
take
see-
a centre back along. Nobody's feeling.
Oh boy, what a
Look
pass.
at that. Look at that. Side netting. You see, you mentioned Rudiger. I think he's the last of the old-fashioned defenders.
Yeah.
The last breed of the old-fashioned, the ones that played in Stephen Appiah's time, where it's let's go to business. There's no playing around.
It's too much fun.
I mean, he's a kind of player you like.
When he was playing at City,
Yes.
Chelsea.
City.
Yes.
No, Chelsea, sorry. Chelsea, it was like that. But, I mean, when you play with good players, you tend to be a good player as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
So today we are seeing him, I mean, giving long passes, passing the balls, very intelligent at the back.
Pass it.
So, I mean, playing with good players, you tend to be a good player as well.
And I think
So that's the thing, right? Like when you play with better players, it makes you better.
It steps the game up if you are willing to.
But you know, if you watch the history of Real Madrid too, whenever they've had all these A-lists, whether it's midfielders, forwards, and the rest. So when they were struggling for La Decima, that's when Claude Makaleli gained a reputation for being the guy. In the olden days, Fernando Hierro. Real Madrid had all the great players, even when Raul was there, but Hierro was
He was the glue.
the
Yeah.
guy who holds the team. And I think Rudiger has become a bit like that. So Real Madrid has everything. The guy who can pass the ball, the one who will do the catcher, the one who can run. But do they have somebody who is camping enough to get them where they want to go to? And I think that's what Rudiger provides in a very, very effective way. Look at what he did with the penalty in the
Yeah.
Atletico Madrid.
Yeah.
That was leadership.
Yeah.
You know.
I think I read from somewhere. He said he took that sports kick to save the Hendrick.
He watched the boys for you.
No. The boy, if he misses,
I said it is the ball.
Yeah, he said if he misses, yeah, he said if he misses, he's Rudiger. He can take the whole pressure and disappointment. But when you looked at Hendrick's face, it was like this could kill the boy's career. So he would take the penalty for him. And like you said, he nearly missed that. I mean, it was lucky enough the ball went through. You know.
We'll see, but I think so far I've been very impressed with Arsenal, to be honest. I think they just need to hold on and keep holding on. But there's a bit of drama in the
Inter Bayern.
close.
I think there was a hint of a handball. I think Kimmich had his hand close to him, but yeah, it won't be given. I don't think it's going to be a pen. But it's still 1-0 to Inter. Lautaro Martinez scored that brilliant goal on the cusp of halftime in that game. So it's still it.
Oteje, I'm going to sack you and bring in Nikki Simonas. So go and relax. I'm bringing a woman. Thank you.
Oh, look at this. What is this? No, he brought it to him. How is this a yellow card?
Partey has been yellow carded. Coach, talk us through that. What happened?
No, I mean, there you go. What he gave the ball.
Replay.
Oh,
I think Partey knew what he was doing. I mean, Partey knew what he was doing there. Anyway, welcome, Nikki. Thank you for joining the show. You've just lit up the sets like
Nikki and Stevie, I don't understand why they've not been on the podcast yet. And this is their first time here.
Nikki's busy running her stuff.
She's busy.
I watch her podcast a lot.
Have you heard?
I'm busy.
Nikki is busy. He's busy. Yeah, they need you, man. We don't have work.
So always they are there.
We don't get anything to do.
Always they are there.
Every day we sit out there and short. And I have this.
Your work, you always leave the patch.
Nikki, welcome. Thank you for joining us. It's lovely
Are
to
you
have
enjoying the
you.
game?
Okay.
Are you enjoying the game?
No, I'm not.
Because man, you are not there.
No,
Shame on you.
Don't behave yourself. What is that? How can you shame a man? Be very
We are
careful.
talking
I
about
would never do this for a man you game.
We are talking about Champions League. You are talking about Man U. Respect yourself.
Sorry.
you see your life.
Sad. Maybe next season we're not going to play Champions League.
No.
I'm a Man U fan.
Yeah, Man U fan. Don't worry.
Who win the Europa play? Who win the Europa will play?
We have to.
But you've been observing the game from the start. What have you made of the two teams? Arsenal at home, Real
Arsenal
Madrid.
is trying. I mean, they tried with a couple of goals. Trying
Pass
to
it.
Nikki only watches Man U.
She's been watching this game. She's been watching the game. It's all. What's the
Teams that don't
What's
play anything.
the
You see, the Arsenal team, they are touching the ball too.
many times.
1-2. The build-up is very, very slow.
Very slow. There you go.
Watch it.
That was a bit slow.
Corner. Nikki.
Yes. So what I realized the first half was that Arsenal was really pushing.
Yeah.
They were really trying to make one or two. And eventually, we saw what we saw.
Who are you backing?
We saw what we
Who
saw.
are you backing in this game?
I don't support anybody. Like Steven said.
Why do you don't have rivals in this
United.
match? This is a Champions
And then
League.
come in Real Madrid. I won't form myself film.
Many team will support us.
Oh, man, you anymore.
Red Devil. Red Devil,
Go
don't
straight
you?
to the baddest.
Man, you.
You see,
What about you?
you see the problem.
What about you?
I don't know what man you have done for the guy, men and women.
Okay, Mini.
Oh,
All man you fast.
Mini.
What do you mean? I support Chelsea.
Paul and Mantel.
You said
Play
Chelsea.
in the Conference League.
You said Chelsea. You can't sit comfortably because you're shy. You're shy. You said Chelsea. You sunk in the chair like this.
It's like a pass it.
In the height.
Pass it.
You know that Champions League and Conference League both start with C. So if you write CL, you can mistake it for Champions League.
Ask him, when was the last time he even watched a Chelsea Conference League game?
Thank you.
Be honest, don't lie.
52 minutes.
They don't even watch their own game.
But Steven, what do you make of Mickey? Sorry, what do you make of Thomas's performance so far?
He's trying. I can see that he's trending on Twitter already.
That's yellow card.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk about him. I think it's that's because of the yellow card, because he wasn't there before. And when I followed up, he's been the talk of the match since he got the yellow card. But I think so he'll be fine.
I think the problem here,
Fine.
it has to do with the way Arteta has instructed them to play. Because Thomas, we know, is a very good passer of the ball. He can take risks. He's that sort of player. But it's like Arteta has told them, if you're not going to get that risky pass right,
They want you to be perfect.
then keep the ball.
Coach, this is a good
In
chance.
such games, it's not only about, it's about moving the ball.
From
Who
Take
takes,
the risks.
Saka or Declan.
Who takes this week?
I think Saka.
I don't expect him to.
Declan Rice.
Declan Rice is going to sweep it.
You know what I nearly said? I nearly said it was too long to beat Courtois.
Whoa!
that's a good one.
I think
Declan Rice.
Let's go. What a ball! Fought the goalkeeper.
yeah, Couture should have done better.
His quality.
Yeah, Couture, even he knows.
Yeah,
Even he knows.
I nearly said he's not going to beat Courtois from there.
Anyway, just to tell those who are watching, is that Arsenal have taken the lead, and it's a thumping free kick from Declan Rice. It's like what 30 yards, I think. I've seen it again, but whipped it around the wall, and Thibaut Courtois, for the quality that he's got, he wasn't reaching it.
He went around
Thibaut
the
Courtois wasn't
wall.
reaching it. That was perfect. Like that zooms
It's like
straight in.
You remember that Roberto Carlos
like
free kick?
Roberto Carlos free kick, yeah.
Yeah, this is that.
That is a proper in-swinger.
Wow.
No, the goalkeeper can't do anything about it.
Well, yeah, on nights like this, you need something special.
But would you question the position of the wall?
Yes,
Because
so I think
for the ball to have
it was
been, I think there were three. There were three.
Oh, then
That's
it's a
where the
mistake
problem
then.
is.
No, but that TV, they were four.
No, I think there were three.
There were four.
That's
but,
why I
but
think
He took it around the
no,
wall.
I won't blame the wall because the bend was around the wall.
But we have to give the credit to the player.
No, it's a massive hit. It's an incredible hit.
Yeah, he kissed so well.
So Declan Rice has given Arsenal the lead. That is why they paid what 90 million pounds for him.
Which is
100 million pounds for him
really well.
from West Ham. So, yeah.
You see, sometimes this is what I like about the Champions League. Heroes stepping up.
Yeah.
Because behind that free kick, he is the last player anybody would have thought would attempt. Because when I ask who takes this one, literally everybody said Saka.
Yeah.
It was poised for a left foot. You know, and Saka has got a good whip.
And left-footed could have gone this, could have gone that.
Yeah.
So look at how difficult it was. No, but that was what contributed to Courtois not being able to. He was expecting Saka.
That was brilliant.
Yeah.
It was brilliant.
Maybe Courtois was expecting Saka.
Yeah.
And that would have been a comfortable save for him.
You know, this is typical. If Arsenal were always going to score, it was going to come from.
A set piece.
There you go.
Very typical of
But Stephen, what would
They concede from
be the thinking of
If
Arsenal now? Would they want to still go and look for the second, or now they want to protect what they have?
Well, I mean, the structure will come from the coach. We have the coach here. And for me, they shouldn't think of defending the goal.
At all.
They should play their game. Maybe they will get the second.
Yeah.
But
Look, Roberto Carlos is on the screen. I think it's because of the like you said, it's a freaking just like look at that again. The one is 4. The one I think is perfect, but it's brilliant. It's just brilliant. It's just brilliant.
Nobody's saving that.
It's just brilliant. It's perfect. It really is.
Well, the only person who could have saved this, in my opinion, is
Roberto Sanchez.
Oh my God. I was already saying that Arsenal has been playing really good.
You can save this one easily.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
But even I choose say.
Take care. Ah man, what a night!
Yeah.
What a night! But you see, I'm not totally surprised though, because the last time Arsenal met Real Madrid in the Champions League, they knocked them out. And Thierry Henry scored at the Bernabeu.
And that was 2006. That doesn't matter really.
Yeah, no, you see, I'm trying to say that there is something. History is important. Sometimes that attitude, I take it into because Thierry Henry is at the game.
Yeah, he is at the game. For sure, absolutely. I think the whole week he would have been at the training side.
He was the first player to kick these guys out.
Yeah.
So he would know what it's like.
Yes, Partey. Oh, Partey.
You understand? So, come on.
Kamavinga. And now perhaps Real Madrid would have to be a lot more adventurous, and that could play into the hands of Arsenal because
honestly, I mean, Arsenal
they've done well.
Yeah.
Look,
from the start.
Yeah.
And I think they'll have to slow it down for the next 5 to 10 minutes. Then they up it again because it's good. Remember Partey on.
Cross the ball.
Okay.
Alaba is struggling.
Yeah, he's struggling.
I think Angola has given it to him in the race because in that first half it was relatively too easy for Saka. Saka was just dancing past him. But in the second half, I think he's done very, very
well. The guy
well.
scored 2 own goals the last time he started in the Copa del Rey.
And this is the 4th match in the last 5 games where Real Madrid have considered from a set piece.
They are zone marking again.
So
but it's not because of how Arsenal's players position themselves. Because if you got about 4 players on the fast stick, so you don't want to go and mark them there.
So it's a corner kick. It's a corner kick now for Arsenal.
They should be facing.
And they could score from here.
The party is good.
So the corner is swung in and Courtois collects this one easily. But Arsenal are so dangerous on the set pieces, man.
Yeah, that's their weapon. But I always thought because Gabriel wasn't going to play tonight, they were going to miss. Because even when he's not scoring, his runs are very distracting because he's prolific from those situations. So lots of the teams pay attention to Gabriel, and sometimes they leave the likes of Rice and Thomas Partey to score. But when he's not playing, Arsenal don't tend to necessarily score the same volume of goals from set pieces. Because Gabriel is just like he's a bulldozer when it comes to the set piece. Yeah. So
Abidano, you've scored a few free kicks in your career.
Yeah.
What's the trick to getting the right bend and the right height for the ball to dip? Because too many players, either they will hit the wall or when it goes over the wall, it goes over the bar. Like, what's the trick?
Oh, there's no trick. I mean, you have to learn it from training. That's why you have players like Cristiano Ronaldo. You have players like Alex de Sousa. When there is a free kick, for them it's like a penalty.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because 95% they know that they are going to
See,
score.
the reason why, as Ghanaians, most of our players don't tend to do things like this. We don't have the logistics to get them to practice. You played in Europe.
Yeah.
There is this monument of see, they are there, and then normally they are put in the most difficult situation for the players to try their hands on it. So those players will see the human beings, and you remember that. Look, I do this in training almost regularly, so I can bend it. Because for Declan Rice to have just done what he just did,
it's from training.
It's from training.
yeah, it's got to be practice.
But you know, Stephen, sometimes the players they can do all the training.
When it comes to match day.
Wait. Then they will do it. Then last minute we need goal. Then they'll catch the ball. Then they'll press the ball.
Akabaruso.
Are you taking us back to
Look, you know that game? I was standing behind the post though. The post.
You are the stadium.
Also the stadium. The post.
Chalabani change the ball.
Press
the ball with
He go down the referee say ball ajo. Man, I say ball na bamajo. Eti, how many ball?
what else?
Wait. You know the thing will be about that. Slade here, SND here, so make everybody give advice. Wait, no, I give you confidence.
Yeah.
You see one time.
But you see that?
You know, in guiding Okodade.
You see, normally, from the way he behaved, you could clearly see he's not used to taking free kick.
No, you see,
But
but
if that was Steve or somebody, you will not create that scene. Consider
He
the
was
fact.
making him training.
No, but consider the fact that
After, and then
Yeah.
he went back.
No, he's been scoring.
told him
No,
that the moment he placed the ball, he knew he was going to miss.
no, because before the AFCON, he has scored some 2 belters. He has scored some 2 belters, like some shots in AS Roma.
But friend, I wanted to ask Capito, his time with the Stars, who was the best free kick taker?
Olai Kisen.
That's
I know how to bend the ball.
yeah, he's got a good question. Even from corners.
Yeah, 5 minutes. So Arsenal have done well.
No, they are playing very, very well today.
But I also think they might need another extra goal. Because in as much as there is no away goal,
There's no away goal.
1-0 win to Bernabeu might not be enough for them.
It's not safe.
Yeah, at all. Especially when you
But you see,
when the Susu is
they put fear into everybody. You are winning in your own home, but you're like, it's not enough.
Have you seen their stadium?
Only. It's
When you get to the
amazing.
place, you yourself.
You shake.
Yeah.
You shake.
Look at Sishu, a team that have won 6 Champions League since 2009.
That's crazy.
You have to have that fear factor.
Oh, wow.
You see,
Madrid win again.
No, faith. These are some of the things that allow Madrid to win the Champions League.
That was
You don't
Alaba.
understand.
That was Alaba.
Let's go through them.
So
First one,
and Alaba blocks it. Alaba blocks on the line.
second one from Merino.
Alaba blocks it.
Alaba block.
And then Coutinho
Third one.
up on his feet.
No, this is
That's Alaba. That's a
block.
block.
And there's a third one.
From Merino again,
From Merino again.
and Coutinho. Back to his feet. Brilliant save.
Ah, damn it. Keeper can win you games. This is it.
And you see, Oti again said something. Several times that Madrid have won the Champions League, Courtois don't get a credit in it.
Another goal line clearance by Real Madrid. I'm not sure who that was. I think it was Rudiger clearing the ball off the line again. Arsenal really piling the pressure on.
They should make use of this momentum.
But now I'm scared.
For Madrid,
Referee, foul ball. You see the referee? You should have taken the ball forward.
You know the 3 saves or the 3 blocks, if you like. The most impressive one for me was the Alaba one, because when the ball went after Coutinho made the save, he didn't go towards the ball.
Partey failed.
You didn't go in.
This is what you're talking about.
Bellingham. This Bellingham's block. Yeah, Bellingham off the line again. That was going in.
Yeah, that was good.
How many balls off the line from Real Madrid?
2 now.
and even the first half, Courtois made some 2 double saves.
Yeah.
But you see, that's why I totally agree with what Oti said. Several times when Madrid have won the Champions League, Courtois have been their man of the match.
Yeah, he has.
But credit have always been given to the offensive.
Even when they were winning it, when they had the other goalkeeper, the guy from South America, what's the name?
Neves.
He was also putting up some
Excellent saves. But you see, that is the difference between Madrid and other teams not winning the Champions League. Madrid would have buried all these chances that Arsenal is creating.
if it had come their way,
they would have buried it.
But I see, I mean, we know Alaba struggled today, but experience matters. If you look at the ball he blocked, when Coutinho made the save, instead of a younger defender is going to try and go and close down, but what he does is retreat from the back and go on the line. But he knows his goalkeeper is on the ground, and he makes the block. Like, it's very sharp thinking from him.
Can you see a second Declan Rice free kick?
No, you beat Coutinho twice. I was wrong the first time, so don't hold me to it. Maybe then this one is set up for Odegaard. Then it's around again.
Yeah, you see.
You know, this time around, if it's, I think Rice will fancy it.
Another free kick for
Rice will fancy it.
But it was Odegaard standing over it.
Challenge if the Rice scored this.
Rice to take
the Rice scored this.
I told you. What? I told you.
No. This is not true. This is not true. This is a proper tornado. This is not real. This is a proper tornado. This is not real. This is a proper tornado. This is not real.
After training, I think that this guy is practicing for
This is not real. This
1 hour.
Wow. Take a bow. Take a bow.
As if I knew.
Take a bow.
As if I knew.
Take a bow.
No way.
No. Wow.
Hey.
Wow.
What I do?
Wow. He has been practicing.
Wow. And so we've been talking about games like this where
I mean, no. How many times in a player's career do you get a perfect game like this?
Impossible.
You have never.
My friends, you see, when you have a game like this where both teams it's so close to predict, you need these moments, individual special moments like this, yes, to come, and these special moments like this.
Rice is doing.
No. You know what? I know the reason.
Why?
Because today we are doing Mallam Goal podcast here. These are Mallam goals.
These are Mallam goals.
These are Mallam goals.
These are Mallam goals.
These are Mallam. I mean, how?
These are Mallam goals. Wow.
I can't remember one of the episodes were describing why the name Mallam goes.
Hey. Friends, you know, say, as far as the guy, I thought, like the guy thought, say, if Rice score, I don't go out to. I don't talk to the guy, but I ask you,
Can you see another Declan Rice free kick?
Now Declan Rice no oil wine. Oil rice. What is this?
No, but this one will be too Jimmy.
Wow.
Whoa. You are speechless.
Wow.
Like, have you ever seen this in your whole life?
Perfect.
Wow.
Not even Cristiano Ronaldo has ever done this.
Wow.
That's what.
Wow.
You know what Rice has done?
What has Rice
Has
done?
Cristiano Ronaldo ever scored 2 free kicks against Real Madrid?
Acquire. How many times he played against Real Madrid?
And power.
Wow.
He's never done it. The guy is on the hat-trick goal.
He's been practicing because if you look at the way the run and the bend and the oh boy,
You know, when he was in West Ham,
he knew and, if he hits it well and it's on target, he score.
no, to be fair to him, and in West Ham, he was taking free kicks. He scored a couple in West Ham. But it never really became his strength. But
I think this two
on a stage like this,
Bayern too, they are scoring them. They are bringing us up.
yeah.
In 2 years, you will see me in Real Madrid. That's how they buy players.
When you start against them, they are looking at bringing you in. Meanwhile, it's still 1-0 against Bayern Munich. Serge Gnabry and Thomas Müller have been called upon.
You want to score goal, you are bringing Rastaman.
Why?
Bayern Munich, they are not serious.
Saka is limping off for Arsenal. Hopefully, it's not something massive.
But a rare excitement is
that
that
is tough. He's created 2 free kicks.
Yeah.
Saka won both free kicks. And Rice, as if he knew. Because I was telling Pastor, but as if he was playing for the free kick. So they are aware. Oh, this is the man of the match, Thomas Partey. What?
What the hell?
It's one of those games where, when you look at Carlo Ancelotti, you're not too sure what to blame him for, because how do you stop these free kicks? Like,
No.
It's
And look, in a more serious note, this has to be one of those games where Thibaut Courtois has been absolutely magical in his performance. And yet he's conceded 2 world-class goals.
goals.
And you can't blame him.
Yeah.
Like Thibaut Courtois has been excellent in this match. You know, and that's what they talk about. Like,
Footballer.
that numbers, numbers are not all. Because one day somebody will go and sit down and do an argument and say that, oh, Courtois was son, no son, yeah, better now.
Try right there, quick in it.
Rice has should go. 3-0 for Arsenal. Merino. Wow.
Hey, now, Mikel Merino has scored that is a striker finish. That is a striker's finish from Merino. That is a striker's finish. That's a striker's finish. Like, that's a striker's finish.
So like joke, Arsenal will reach Champions League semi-final. I will play. Hey, boy. I don't do that again. I don't do that.
Offside.
Why they go?
Striker's finish. Striker's finish. It's not difficult. It's not an easy finish. It's not easy. That is not an easy finish. Wow.
It's so beautiful.
Anyway, the good news for Arsenal fans is that Mikel Arteta won't sign a striker. Who needs a striker when you have Mikel Merino? So Arteta will go and spend more money on centre backs, and then Mikel Merino will be his go-to striker.
Basisho, I was earlier on talking about Arsenal need to score an additional goal. Thankfully, they've had 2 more goals. But I'm just praying that they don't concede. Because should they concede in this game, Madrid will have...
Don't believe what is happening to them. Look at them. Every player...
Everybody's turned.
But he's shocked.
And anyway, back
he's shocked.
Look, before the game, when we started this, I told you guys that everything that is happening today is expected. Maybe the margin, but this has been coming. So that puts 4 past Real Madrid. In the last 2 games that they played, they considered 8 goals.
This game is different. It's different. The goals that Madrid have considered today are not necessarily on bad defending, poor marking, loose marking.
The goals aside, Arsenal could still have been 3-0 up. There's been 2 underlying clearances.
Actually, not to cut you. Even in the first half, they could have
Look, let's face it, this game has not been a contest. Yes, Madrid have had their containment plan, but they've not laid a glove on Arsenal. They've not created a single chance.
No, they have. Mbappe has missed a chance.
The first half there,
2 times they went close. Were all as a result of mistakes that Arsenal made. But in terms of they fashioning out an attacking plan, or a product. Look, for me, this performance is very similar to everything we've seen from Madrid in the last month. That's why at the beginning of the show, I said...
It's a summary of how inconsistent they've been throughout the season.
At the beginning of the show, I said, you cannot be as bad as they've been for that long, and then all of a sudden wake up because it's Champions League. You have to fix those issues. Look, in the Champions League games where Real Madrid have recorded their huge comebacks, there's been a significant departure from the problems that we all complain about.
Nobody saw this.
Sicho will tell you about that substitution in the game against Bayern. But also,
no, I'm saying the truth. Look, and in football, goals change games. Goals do change games. Before Declan Rice scored, the game was fairly balanced.
it was coming.
Now, it wasn't. I don't think it was. No, I don't think it was. After Declan Rice's goal was when the goal line clearances came.
Even before the first goal.
Arsenal, I mean, they were ahead of.
No, I agree. They're playing better.
Before the first goal, Arsenal had 1 chance cleared off the line in the first half. They had 3 chances that were begging. Nobody simply.
No. They had good balls across the face. I won't call them a chance. There's nobody there. There are no chances.
But I'm saying that
There are scenarios. They are good scenarios.
For a simple topic.
Yeah.
they have been the team. Yes, they've made mistakes. They've looked tentative, but they have forced the issue. They have gotten into very good positions. You can't say the same for Real Madrid.
Okay, so this is the thing I'm saying. Arsenal's playing out. Arsenal's a very decent side, a very good side. They are playing at home. The first half ball across the face of goal and all of that. It's all well and good. I won't say it's down to maybe Real Madrid not necessarily playing well or defending well. But Arsenal are playing at home. They've got a weapon. They can cross the balls across the face. That's good. But I'm saying that up until the 1-0. Up until the 1-0.